Welcome back to Beyond the Policy by Liberty Insurance Uganda. Today, we are going to co-host this episode 2, with the Head of Marketing and Distribution, Raphael Bisaso.
Yeah, thank you, Bonita. I'm happy to join you on this podcast.
We have a special guest, Jackson Katende, an expert in trade and logistics. Hi, Jackson.
Hi.
We are super excited to have you, here with us at the Liberty Uganda Beyond the Policy podcast. And it's a special one because it's our second episode.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Bonita. Thank you, Raphael. It's good to be here to discuss with insurers, trade and logistics, an area where I sit so greatly as the Chief Executive Officer of Synat Group, which is a consultancy in logistics, marketing, and trade.
Okay. Thank you for that brief summary. Would you like to tell us more about yourself, more about the trading?
I do a lot of consultancy in trade, marketing, logistics, and communications generally through the infrastructures that I work as CEO, that is Synat Group and Export Logistics Support Foundation. And this is what I've done for a long time. So that trade comes into consolidation, comes into importation, comes into exportation, comes into domestic trading. And that logistics comes into systems, infrastructures, and structures, then generally marketing at a 360 scale. So that's what defines me here in Uganda and outside it. That's what I do, and that's where I spend most of my time. So insurance is a new discussion that I'm now embedding myself into, now that I'm here with insurers. Raphael is here. So maybe I'll learn more from what they do as I tell them how trade works, because for us we discuss money.
Today we're doing Beyond the Policy. So we want to dig deeper into the average trader's life, basubuzi, how they go about their business, how they decrease risks on their end. And I know Raphael, the expert in this, can speak more into that.
Before you go into that, Jackson, I know out there they could be my mom in the village watching me. He has been told I'm on air. So when you say trader, mulimi Raphael tegero tigezachi. O yemuyiribi.
So everybody who has the ability to exchange and transact abali kola chituita trade. Omuntu yenna abeera mu space ey'okukyusaganya ebintu nga bivaamu omuwendo abeera trader. Tekiri ku busuubuzi bwokka kubanga n'aba providing services, they are trading services. Even Liberty General is trading services. So at obusuubuzi, the busuubuzi context is collecting units and transforming them into money, or getting money and distributing it into units. Kyekiyita busuubuzi. But the general trade is simply exchange.
Kati gwe mulimi olafu uliki.
Kakati nze
using trader.
Kakati me mu process eyekolebwa eya trade, I'm what they call a facilitator. Ntambuza process.
Muyiribi.
Taba muyiribi. Olaba kati omuyito omuyiribi. You see, abayiribi are unstructured.
I believe Liberty General Insurance launched a partnership with UCCA. Would you like to tell us more about this partnership, how it's going to help traders in Uganda, how it's going to make it easier for them to reduce on the risks that they are currently getting out there in the market?
So maybe what I didn't also mention is I belong to the consolidation space. And I believe so much, that's the reason why Raphael and you want me to be here, to speak about that. So the consolidation space is a form of trade that's international, I think from 1960s. That's when we started the consolidation worldwide. But Uganda has recognized consolidation in 2017. So consolidation is trade everybody does. People go to markets. A cheap sell, that basket. Then they buy tomatoes, then they buy onions, then they buy, and put them in the same chiselo for one reason: maximizing transportation means. Because there's a reason why you have a chiselo that can accommodate 1,000 bananas but then what you bought is 100. So if you buy 100 and you have another 20 oranges, don't send a border to deliver 100 bananas. It comes back, it goes back to deliver 100 oranges. So you get one kisero, you consolidate the cargo into one kisero to maximize transportation. So that's what consolidation literally is. Kwe kugatta mu Luganda bagamba ebyamaguzi ebyomugatto. Consolidated cargo is cargo that is put together, but it is different cargo.
Yeah.
Because what I see, the trend now is everyone seems to want to go to China. Even someone who just has a shop this size, he says, "I'm going to China and deal it." So you wonder how that person is going to get a whole container and just put a few things. So that means the people in a shop or in a mall, China to take a container so that it all comes. How does it happen?
I think the way you put it are people in the mall or somewhere. Wherever you live and you want to trade, you see, trade was designed initially as a liberal model of doing business. Anybody, wherever they are, whatever they can do, they can trade as long as you have the facilities as kuyamba trading. People actually don't want to go to China to trade. People just want to trade. Wherever opportunity to trade exists, people want to trade there. Because people who do trade are opportunists. They look for opportunity to trade. And someone who is living in Sinjiro, someone living in Nuguru, someone living in Kampala can all have cargo coming from another country. And if you are unable to have it as a full container, 20 feet or 40 feet, you look for someone who can bring now all the stakeholders in one place, which is what consolidators literally do. Bafuna Sinjiro, Nabagamba, I have 20 bags. Bafuna Weguru, Nabagamba, I have 15. Bafuna Kampala. So for them, they think and say, if you add their cargo, it can fill 20 feet container. Then they put it together. You actually sometimes never know, even to you guys. But what matters is, as your trade happened.
So,
Mali.
The cargoes, right?
Yeah.
How they consolidated that?
It's not their business.
It is none of them.
For me, the discussion is I have what I need. Destination is what matters. Me, I don't know who else is in there. What I do, motoka will just come and fit in there as long as I'm in it. I don't even, sometimes I want to who sit in those places. Someone sits next to you in the taxi and you don't even talk to them. Because you know what matters in our brain is destination. The same thing with the trade. Whatever happens there is not my business. So that's mainly how we do.
Yes,
we do
but I would like to speak into that more. So where does the risk, how do they avoid the risk of, like you say, they don't even know whose cargo is going to be next to theirs. They're definitely saving money because adding that, you getting all the different traders to bring in their cargo at the same time, they're definitely saving, which goes into financial fitness. But how do they reduce risks? As for now, we know there are a lot of risks with there are so many risks that come with bringing a lot of cargo in a country.
So one thing everybody watching will tell you, people who do trade only count money when they have it. So there's this saying that don't count your chicks until they're hatched. Is it something like that? Yeah.
Yes.
That's the mindset of us in trade. We live in risk. And I'll say on this podcast that traders live in careless risk. Because they don't consider the risking. And I know why they don't consider the risking. They are not aware that they can actually de-risk. Nobody has. One of the things Uganda is dealing with is the lot of ignorance about insurance. And I don't know how the regulators are thinking. I don't know what government is thinking, but there was a time I was in UK, and I think in UK they will even insure a dog. Someone buys a dog and insures it. Someone buys shoes, and so yes, Uganda has.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. Yeah. Now our business, our trade is a way of life that is we never de-risk because we don't know. Everybody who has gotten a chance to understand de-risking their money has run fast to de-risk it. So that's the job now. The companies like Liberty have to go back and solve that puzzle. These people are running a risk through their business life. True. But they are not de-risking that risk. That's the biggest question. Everybody who goes to China, let me tell you, let me tell you the first risk is in trade, most especially cross-border trade. You send 27 million, okay, I'll say you send 10,000 US dollars to a Chinese you only know on phone. First of all, that is risking. And they do that every day without risking it. After you do that, you import cargo that moves on water for a month without de-risking that cargo. But I'll tell you my experience with these people. The moment a trader is told that their cargo is on the ship, they never sleep again. But you know why they are not sleeping? They are just so worried. They're worried. Yeah. But this is something that you can overcome. And this is something I've been telling people recently. I think my month or two. Why do you live that life? And that's the reason why people are now going mad. That's people falling off bathrooms.
And it's
actually that's what's happening in our life. Yeah, that's the trade.
The pressure is a lot. But you see, and you wonder how we are going to meet in the middle. Of course, there is a gap in knowledge about insurance and the things that insurance can do for someone. And from what you say, actually, someone would have been even way richer if they knew how to be risky. Now, the problem has been, how do you meet in the middle? Because insurance is like a church, the mindset. You know, in church, they sell to you that there's a better life after. But trust me, if let's say pastor is sick, they will say the highest prayers. Please heal. So you're praying for a better life, but you're scared of what leads you to that better life. So it's the mindset of the insurers that even when we're in a business of risk, again, we're also too scared of going into places that we don't understand.
Are risky. That's very important.
But the good thing is, and why we have you here and why we made that agreement is that we want to break that ice. We want, as Liberty, we want to communicate to the traders, understand them, so that then we can introduce insurance to them. We have taken the risk of going to that risky place. As you've said, the pressure is high. Guys don't sleep when trade is coming.
For us in trade, we believe that more money comes from more risks. That's the mindset of us. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, like they say. So that's what we believe in. But where we are right now, the wars that are happening in the world, and then the climate change problem has opened eyes for trade and logistics. Mainly, the reason why I combine trade and logistics, those two live in the same place every day. They are twins. Trade and logistics are twins. So the wars have been eye-openers. The climate change, where now worlds, even you see Kampala floods the next morning, and the whole Mali is gone. Okay, those things have opened the eyes of the trade space. That you see, what will happen the next day if my store is filled with water and has clothes? So maybe for those on the podcast, traders are going to start risking, but not risking for the future. Like you said, traders are going to come into the risking trade just for them to feel like there is a place they can go the next day when things are bad. Yeah. Actually, it is more like having a savings account. So it's going to look more like that. But the risk has grown in trade. Yes. The risk, recently, we had, there's a group here, They're called pirates. In Somalia, they're called pirates. Those people that steal cargo of the shipping lines, that category, on the water.
The sea pirates.
They see those pirates, people that come when the shipping lines. So those ones. So that category that has come is also now an extension of the problem. Previously, the fear was, you've given the Chinese money, he might disappear. Then cargo. Now the cargo is disappearing now, because now we can trace the cargo. The systems and the infrastructures, technology has made tracing money easy, but it has not yet made losing cargo or money easier to cope with. And I think that's where we are, the biggest portion of the trade. But under consolidation, and actually one of the reasons why consolidation has grown is de-risking. Previously, the level of consolidation in Uganda was not as big as is now. You know why? COVID told people things. Now, recently, you can ship in a full container cargo value through consolidation.
You break it.
So you break it with the different, like 9 consolidators. So if the two, you have more 6. So as you're going that place, please know that we already de-risking through consolidation. So the new trade model of consolidation is a de-risking model that traders have adopted. But I know why they're adopting that is there any other way that they have been taught? The take up in Uganda for de-risking is low. Because, and across the board, it is within our psychology as Ugandans. We don't de-risk. I'm going to tell you a reality check. You buy land in a new estate, and all you can remember where we injure, and you go and you disappear from that place for the how many years? The next time you come back. So we are nurtured don't de-risk until someone shows us that we need to de-risk. That's how we were.
I think also that de-risking speaks into financial fitness literacy.
Yes, literacy.
So in Uganda, that's something we're actually adopting. You know, if you see the percentage of people who understand insurance now in Uganda, it has slightly increased.
Yes, somehow.
Which is, really good. At Liberty, we really try to give financial fitness services. We are in Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Do you think some businesses actually make men's mental go, men become mentally ill, they are functioning, they are high functioning personalities, but they are actually not mentally okay. And most of the men, but they can be both men and women, right? But since it's mental health month, I'm going to speak more into the men. Most of these men don't know because they are functioning, right? They wake up in the morning, they look for the money, their cargo comes, maybe some of the cargo is lost, they have not insured it, they have not tried to put measures in place before getting this cargo, and they think they're fine, but they're not fine. And they hardly go for checkups. I'm here with two men, we don't know, I don't know the last time you guys both went for a checkup, but I think it's really, Ugandans should take this serious, like the mental health awareness.
So that's very important, and I'll tell you, mental health month for men. I think 80% of us are having mental health problems.
Is that facts or you're just speaking?
Uganda's data has indicated that 76% of the people in Uganda have mental health problems.
So they were supposed to take.
Kakashi, they were supposed to take the 80% of that, because I'm going to tell you something very pertinent about that thing. Let me tell you.
The farmers.
Now, let me tell you something. Recovery, you see, natural recovery is easier than financial recovery. Some people never come back. Okay, rain will come, weather will change. You plant the maize, weather changes, and the whole maize gets what? But you've planted how many kilograms? 100. But trade recovery is very painful. Why? Because it is money lost twice. You lose the purchasing money, you lose what you're supposed to receive. So it is a double loss.
Oh, you've paid already.
You've already paid 100,000, then the cargo gets dumped. the road. So
if you are the loan, you still have to.
I know you're the expert of Basubuzi, and trading and all that, but I beg to differ because even farmers, who are the majority in Uganda, the risks can be huge. They can be so huge. Imagine acres and acres. So obviously, even then, they have to de-risk. The same thing that traders are now doing, because traders have communities. I think they're now de-risking, like you said, since COVID. But now our farmers actually also de-risking, like how traders are doing.
Bonta, if you want reality from me, I'm going to tell you some reality. In life, general life, if you ever focus your energy, like the pain of, or the pain that comes from the impacts of the things you can't control is not the same pain that comes from the things you can control.
That's true.
I don't know whether
Sir Jackson.
no. I just want us to level it up. The things you can control hurt you more when they happen, because you would have controlled. Okay, you're going to tell rain not to come to destroy your plantations. But so the moment you subject yourself to getting pained by things you can't control, you're getting more hurt and more mentally ill. And I always advise people that I meet quite often, Katende never subjects his existence on things he can't control. Because I'm trying to protect life. But trade is something that you control. Remember, the decision to trade is yours. You wake up in the morning and you say, I'm going to start this business.
And there's insurance. And you still don't.
You can still control the still you don't insure. Like, you carry $100,000 and send it to China to someone you don't know. Like, this is your decision. You would have controlled that by sending trade at the beginning, so the risk is reduced, right? So for me, why I believe everybody loses at some stage, but it is better to always control the things we can control to mitigate the impacts that comes from those things. Then we leave those we can't control. You can't control weather, you can't control climate, you can't control. Now, even the threats in the world. There's a time where here, everybody woke up in the morning and they were told, today, on the 14th, go home. I don't want to see any taxi on the road, no office is open. Come on, people had stocked, but you can't control. So
and health is well.
When you're doing pestil analysis for business, the threats to the business, and recently I had a meeting, I think this week, and I was teaching people, the threats to trade have grown so bigger than before.
Yeah.
Someone just gets annoyed the next day and they burn a whole building.
Annoyed, but that's back to mental health, because why is someone burning a whole building?
Did you see I've seen video content of someone burning their cars. Then there's in Kenya recently, there are kids who burnt a school. Like, okay, how do you come from that? But what I'm bringing is the mental health controls for the men, and my friends, the men, do not subject your mental strength to things you can't control. But please don't fail to control the things you can control and the impact on you mentally. That's what I can say about mental health.
Like I said, in the insurance, we always say which risk averse, but we want to work with the community, because that's when the brand then gives value. Because you having an insurance policy that does not talk to the majority of the people does not also make sense. But again, when you speak about the issues you face, I also pull back. The question is, as we are making this decision to say, let's go up with the Suzi, most of the consolidators, and again, the advantage with the consolidator is that at least they find a way of spreading the risk. And then there are different items in the container, so at least you know there will be less valuable items, high valuable items, rather than having one item that is quite valuable and you're damaging other people. But do you think, from where you're seated, do you think insurance is really needed? And is it an opportunity for insurance to go there and help these people at the end of the day?
Okay, now I will speak for the traders. I get a privileged position of being a consolidator and also being a trader. Today morning, as I was coming to this podcast, I looked at my register for importers and exporters, individual companies and people. So Uganda has, Kampala, CBD, has 110,000 traders, individual traders that trade every day through import. Okay? Uganda Revenue Authority has 10,000 taxpayers.
10,000.
10,000 out of 110.
Are those traders all that's the country?
No, that's the country. 10,000. Now, where we've gone, like I've indicated, for me, I'm appealing to the traders. The inability of the traders to live with an assurance of existing the next day is why I'm calling them up now to go to something called create room for your next day existence, which is ensure something. And I'm told you people take just a small percentage of those things. But the traders' biggest challenge is traders like convenience of existence. And one thing I've learned, I think one of the reasons people have had challenges with insurance is the process of claims. Where I answer your question, Raphael, is the trade space needs them to feel peaceful. They need a backup. It's a need that nobody has told them how they can achieve it.
But they
need it.
Yeah.
The best thing the traders like, let me tell you, there's what we call tax financing in trade. You import cargo, emali netoka wano. Natolina bintu, kanogera mu banka, nekuwola send, overdraft, ogenoje ebintu, jo bitunda basasule. What are they doing? And one of the things that I've seen traders like so much is the opportunity to be financed at taxing level. Do you know what? Do you know why they are seeking that? It's because for them back up, a place to go when things have gone the other way is what they wish for that business.
Deep breath.
But now, they don't know where it is. And that's the part I want to, and that's the part I want to speak about insurance. They don't know where to go. They don't even know how to do it. But when you get an opportunity to start doing it, there's a group in Kampala who belong to a club of rich people. Every house they build is insured. That's why they never cry of burnt buildings. Things get wrong and for them they're okay. Do you know who is crying more about losing things? Are the category of traders who do not even know where to put things. They carry everything when we take them to store. And we know Wabaninga, you go to the village. So for me, I will confirm to you, Raphael, the trade space needs backup, need assurance of the next day. And that should be a good insurance policy. Then the importers, the risk of import has always been there. Okay? But they never knew what to do. Until recently, someone needs to tell them that if you get a dumping situation, you're covered. Yeah. So this thing that you brought for the importers, the what you speak of it's called the caliber something. That product you brought for the importers. It is something that I believe the audience will appreciate. But the gap in understanding the how and the what and the assurance of the next day they'll come and they have a startup is the question that I think Liberty General and maybe other insurance partners, if they exist on the same product, can come up to solve.
So Jackson, just to throw more light to what we are trying to do here, and as Liberty, in partnership with the Uganda Cargo Consolidators Association, is that for all the reasons you have said, 3 years ago, a law was passed by the government to be implemented by the Insurance Regulatory Authority and URA, that for any cargo that is coming into Uganda, it has to be insured by a local insurer. Why? Because again, most of you have been buying CIF, cost, insurance and freight. But when anything happens, you can't call the guy in China that I didn't receive my cargo. So that way, to solve that issue, is that Now you don't have to buy CIF, just buy cost and freight. From a local insurer that you know that in case anything happens, you can come to Uganda Road 99 and talk to Raphael or Bonita and they sort you out. So that law has passed. And how it's being implemented now is that for any cargo that comes into Uganda and does not have insurance, you get a fine. The fine is 1.5%, a surcharge. So any cargo, whether you want or not, for as long as you bring in cargo and you've not presented an insurance certificate, you are paid. You're incurring that cost. And somehow you wonder why traders are still not concerned.
They don't know.
You wonder.
Last time I was telling a group that traders don't even know that what the money they are paid for is insurance money that they could have paid somewhere and felt covered.
So now what we have done is that we have come up with something and we have tried to make it easy to associate it. So we have called it Kaliba Kumali. So Kaliba Kumali to mean that you have marine insurance on your cargo at a very competitive rate of 0.4%. Now 0.4 versus a surcharge of 1.5%. It only makes sense to the trader. So you're saving money, but on top of saving money, you're also de-risking. You're getting rid of that fear. And in case of a claim, of course, we come in and assist to make sure that you're mitigated, you're paid, and you're back in business.
But
does that make sense?
But it's also important to note, you see, desire to the trade space would be what you have said, Raphael. But for very many years, I keep asking, like I said, Ugandan, or us Ugandans, one thing we don't fear is risk.
Is it that you don't fear or you're ignorant?
No, we don't even know whether what we are doing is risky. I think for me that's where it starts. We don't even know that what I'm doing now is risky. Have you seen, there is a group of people who go to university, those university students. Always when I'm driving at night, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., they are on the borders going back to hostels. In their brain, they are okay. Yeah, maybe she will tell us. In their brain, they are okay.
But for you, is driving.
But for me, where I'm seated, I'm seeing a risk. That's the same thing that's a sensitization that we trade space get target. Whatever you've elaborated here is what we desire. What we don't even know, that even what we are doing is a risk. Until things go bad. Then you start remembering, international name you call that. So why did I even do that? So the sensitization at this stage that I would like Liberty in specific to take up is, what is the risk to that trade space? To igao. Then we talk to government we take it away, so that for you are okay to proceed. We take away and we cover it for you. Then when things go south, we come back and replace you right. So that value chain process of sensitization, understanding, and knowledge is something that I think, as you bring in such ideas to the trade space, you need to show that pathway for them to adapt, because traders care about one thing, and as I speak as one of them,
so what we are telling the traders now is this insurance, if you purchase it, one, in case your cargo is affected by a storm while in transit, in case there's a flood,
where
it could be at the warehouse, it could be that a truck is on the road, goes through a flood, it's an accident. It could be that your cargo has been stolen,
cool dumping,
damaged,
dumping.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across that thing? A container where it was mabira, bagisumulula mabega, ne babbamu ebintu. It's called dumping. Ne bagisumulula ne babyamu ebintu. It's called dumping. And if ebizibu tubimanyi, what in trade pains you is the money that you invest and you lose.
Yes.
What you need is the cover. But the other thing that you don't want to go to is the cover.
You've explained.
I've made it extremely simple for the audience to understand. So I want to really encourage the trade space and the logistics space where I belong. In Kugamba Rafael, abantu balina fleet ezivuga emali wano. The cars are not insured. Now, the cars can be insured, but what is in that car is never insured.
Transporters have learned insurance.
Now, that's, you know where we are coming from? Katichifuuse changu. A full a trailer esobola wale bwegere kasozi. A trailer ya bia esobola okugwa. Emmotoka yonna eseerera. But you know where the biggest loss is?
It's on the cargo.
But we are learning it. Now we are back. Traders in the trade space, the cargo is at risk. Put it to a safe place. And for me, that's what I would ask them.
No, you're broken it down. And I don't know if you had, but what we have done is we don't want to do it ourselves because we are not traders. Tulimataye tuli mu office
ayite tubaagala
tumwaga mu might libavu
abantu bamataye tebaba na ssente naye golina no, it's okay.
So we don't want to do this thing by ourselves.
Yes,
we have sat down with the association. We want to work with the consolidators. Because the consolidators understand the language that the traders will, and you understand the business. Do you think that will help? You've
started at the best place. Strategy, first models of working give the best results in the right time. Execution, first models of working lead to delayed results. Because at the pivotal perspective, you can see all the chess points. Okay? If you start from like this, they will get lost in the middle. For me, I think the relationship that Liberty made with the Consolidation Association is substantive and relevant. Because you know why? Those guys are in charge of that cargo from the point of origin to here. Everything that happens in the process, they know the risk for their customers who are the traders and for themselves who are the ones managing the cargo. Because previously, the logistics structure was insured. And if you scale up here, you realize actually the logistics infrastructure is always insured. What is never insured is what sits in it, which I think is now what is being looked at, which we've ignored for a long time. Until now, the damage is bigger than what we can recover. But I think for me, the relationship with the consolidators will bring you closer to the cargo and its owners and going that path. But never forget the other principle of he who pays the
most.
It's a Bible verse, I think.
Abatasoma Bible, you know. But the one who pays the Bible determines the music. Okay? So the trader is going to be very fundamental in that circumference. Eh?
I like that when you spoke about that the risking thing that traders are now taking seriously. I also realized that these days in the supermarkets, let me know if this is de-risking. These days in the supermarkets, you find Ugandan-made products. Like I went to a supermarket and there were Ugandan-made glasses, and there were there's so many things that we never used to make here in Uganda. I don't know if it's a buy Uganda, build Uganda thing, or they have decided to create places. No, they actually make them from Uganda, and I found that so interesting. And these products were even more affordable. So maybe also the traders are getting some of these things from the Ugandan manufacturers and distributing them, which is going to help them so much vis-a-vis. You know, it cuts down on
it reduces the risk. It reduces the risk.
Yeah.
Both risks. Now, some of the whole story. Another risk that traders are dealing with, though I don't know that whether that is covered more insurance. You know that China was sent enough one movie into that. No, look at how big that risk is. But I hear you.
They have, are those calculated risks? What is the
maybe
what
it's
is
language barrier, maybe it's
what
like
is the thinking of this?
miscommunication, because someone can ask for, they can share with your catalog and then you say this is exactly what I want, but what comes is different. But the miscommunication,
It's not
I
miscommunication. I don't know if you've gone to China. When you go to China with money, it's rare to come out with it. China has a principle. Dollars don't exit China. The moment their banking system has read that Bisaso has wired $10,000 is coming to China, Raphael, they'll find a way of making sure that you spend that money. So what Chinese usually do, the Chinese will confirm that this chair is red. And I'm a living example. I ordered for 20, 30 chairs, maroon, red chairs, red
like
chairs.
A couch?
No, these office chairs, red.
The
Chinese sent a red picture.
Pardon?
The Chinese sent a red chair in the picture. Okay, red chair in the picture. Raphael tugenda okujjamu chairs mugundi mu container nga za maroon. But the money, you can't take it back.
Maybe it's you who misread that they were red and they were actually maroon.
Kati.
Because
Bonta. No, they can't be.
These are things our traders are.
They can't be. But I'm just giving you a perspective on how big are the risk is in cargo at trade level.
And the willingness to take that risk.
And the willingness of the traders to take that risk. But the reason why we are doing that is tetumanyi. Someone can plant eucalyptus trees for 7 years. Isn't it? Ngagenda kujamu 80 million. And every month they would spend money on clearing, trimming, So recently I came across something that I want to share on this podcast. Do you know that when you do a life insurance policy, with the same investment that you make on the eucalyptus tree, you are more safe with this money than the other money.
Without
no energy.
Yes.
And I'm using that as a living example of how people, the absence of, and I wouldn't say they don't know what I'm speaking about. Those people, they always know all these things. The how is the biggest problem. Katibia, you get down. Well, usually I do TikTok content, and you ask, when I spoke, the first time I spoke about marine insurance, traders that I know, very big name traders, were in my inbox asking me, Bioga manti you are able to Jako Gundi Bievichi. They're asking me, what do you mean by Baba Deba to Jako 1.5?
What do you know about you?
Raphael, I was supposed to care about one thing, the Mari.
Then they are willing. Maybe we haven't also done enough awareness.
I was supposed to care about one thing, the cargo. Whatever gets them the cargo. You have arguments that usually one or Ziberaku. Eventually, you are I go to those bonds. So they just don't know that and I want to encourage them for purposes of such things. I'm one of the people that has bias on insurance, and I won't lie to you. But time and again, I've realized that the risk of me being biased about insurance is bigger than the loss I'll make.
Yes.
Being assured in life and being insured. I think the only group that understood it well is the female gender.
That's where they keep their money.
For them, women, they are wired to live on an assurance and an insurance. Okay? And I think they understood it best. That's why
Does that mean that women have better financial management than men?
No.
Because like what he has said about how women understood the insurance and savings space better.
No, actually, Bonita, that's not what I said. I said, I know you will come.
But statistically speaking, if you look at the unit trusts, the life policies,
it's women.
It is almost maybe.
You know why women are wired like that, Raphael? And I'll tell you this to Bonita. I have had so much. I attend a lot of things that come with counseling and all that, and I've had something continuously. Every time the women are arguing mainly about things with their other partners, the biggest question is, how am I sure? I don't know if you've heard that word. I don't feel safe. And I think that's where the insurance question keeps coming in. So I want to implore the women for understanding insurance.
I can make that, confirm, not deny.
So the women have showed us how it works. And statistics is showing that right now, if I'm not wrong, the biggest insurance companies in the world have a lot of women in top management positions than men.
It's one of
Just go and research about it.
It's one of
even banks, even banks today have on the board, the whole board, there can be 6 women, 4 men.
Does that? I like that you brought that up. If it's a statistic,
you can go and everybody watching can go.
I would like to ask. So does that mean the reason why, insurance companies that have women, in their top management positions, they actually flourish?
It's
actually see that they are growing.
No, it's an understanding,
right?
Bonita.
I'm asking.
No, what you're saying, and I would like to say this categorically.
You're making me feel like I'm in the wrong place now.
But I'm a man. So reality is there. The world is moving away from living without assurance.
True.
And without risking. And
women are very...
And the women will tell you priority number 1, how do I protect the future of these children?
Family.
How do I protect my future in this whole discussion?
Yeah.
So that thing has now been cut. Those who are doing psychological advancement have moved it further to, if that's the mind naturally, how about if you learn it, educate it, teach it? And those that have gotten a chance to live in that mindset and have gotten educated, you know how they are coming off? You will have an argument. And for us, the men, because men don't fear risk. And I'll tell this audience, men don't fear risk.
Which has led us to...
This is why we have mental health problems. This is why we are in trouble.
I don't think you have mental health problems because of that. Because remember, initially, the Bible says men should work hard. Working hard is
doesn't mean risk.
But doesn't mean you just work.
Doesn't mean risk.
You need to work hard, but also you don't just wake up and work. You need to have protection.
Plan. You need to be protected. Recently, there is even a narrative that we are pushing for the men to take care of themselves. Men are becoming, we are becoming extremely, I don't know how we put it. So the world is asking us now to go back and take care of ourselves.
But don't you love taking care of everyone else?
No, we don't love it. It's an obligation we have.
So, hold up, there are 2 different answers. Raphael says he loves it. You've said you don't love it.
No, I didn't even say I don't. I said we don't have to love too.
You have to do it.
It's an obligation too.
But the question is, does it make sense to deliver what you're going to deliver, yet tomorrow it might not exist?
That's not the issue. So men have grown into giving more of what they themselves don't have now.
So you're always pushing for more, but there are no breaks. But maybe
you don't feel appreciated, or
so many things have changed. Because ideally, as a man is running, this is my thinking, as a man is running very fast, the woman should then try to put brakes. Please slow down here. But instead, also the women are saying, for me, I'll take care of myself. So they have left the man to...
Being a mental health month, dear men, as a man, I'll tell you, away from us looking out for everything, look for money, making business exist, the other issue that is causing mental health problems, is the support infrastructure that is supposed to exist in men's lives.
Like mentors, before we can speak.
The support infrastructure, and And that support infrastructure, Bonita, also is you. Men are tunnel visioned. It's a straight tunnel like this. You are go babidi. The difference is women are funnel visioned. A woman will come out of this small space and expand the perspective.
Speak out, talk to someone. So men had.
But doesn't that make me less of a man? A man has to be.
Live example is here. So you see, you're not being able to, you go out with your friends, you don't speak to them. Women, we speak to our friends, we vent about everything. And I think that helps us, it helps us feel better because we can have, we go out with our girls, we can talk about what's happening. Men will meet each other, Jackson and Raphael will be here, and everyone thinks they're fine. Like, oh, I'm okay, okay. Then you move. Nothing like communication, which is also part of the problem.
You know something, Bonita, that I'll tell you on this podcast? Yeah. Where I sit, we are wired to be the solution. You, Bonita, and the other category are wired to look for the solution. So we found ourselves seated somewhere on the couch, being solutions. Because now I might not be able to come to my sisters because them looking for a solution is part of them.
Immediately they'll be.
Yeah.
But me being the solution is what is embedded.
What we're going to do, we are going to train consolidators, and I appeal to all consolidators, please, let's work together. We are going to train them on insurance so that they can help us break it down to traders.
And also, as the Secretary General of all importers in Uganda and exporters, let's get to this new path. The change has come. We need to live more risk assured.
Traditionally, we have grown up saying that a man should be strong, a man should lead, a man should not show signs of weakness, you should be strong, and you should be solution oriented. But we believe that issues are becoming worse in the world is becoming more volatile. There are so many incidences that are happening. Today I'll give you an example. Start of the year, one would say Uganda was not a safe place to do business because we were going into elections. People were going to Dubai. Just within 3 months, Dubai was not a safe place to do business. And these things, because in most cases men are in the center of doing all these things, we are affected. So please take care of yourself. Think about risk and how to protect the risk. Think about a buffer. Insurance is one of those things that will help you de-risk. Communicate to fellow men. Talk to your wives so that they can cool you down.
Thank you so much, Jackson, for joining us. We've had a great time. We have learned a lot. Thank you so much for the knowledge. Thank you for speaking into men's health, man, the traders, Basobuzi, and everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Yes, as long as it's logistics and trade and marketing, me, I'm there.